A team sport includes any sport where individuals are organized into opposing teams which compete to win. Team members act together towards a shared objective. This can be done in a number of ways, such as outscoring the opposing team. Team members set goals, make decisions, communicate, manage conflict, and solve problems in a supportive, trusting atmosphere in order to accomplish their objectives. Basketball is an example of team sport. It was invented in December 1891 by the Canadian clergyman, educator, and physician James Naismith. Naismith introduced the game when he was an instructor at the Young Men's Christian Association Training School. It is now called Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. The first Pro League, which is the National Basketball League, was formed in 1898 to protect players from exploitation and to promote a less rough game. Basketball is played by two teams at 5 players each. The objective of the game is to score more points than your opponent. The ball can be passed, thrown, bounced, patted, or rolled from one player to another. A player in possession of the ball must maintain contact with the floor with one foot, unless the player is shooting, passing, or dribbling. Physical contact with an opponent can result in a foul if the contact impedes the desired movement of the player. Another example of team sport is baseball. It was invented by Abner Doubleday, a Civil War hero for the Union. The first published rules of baseball were written in 1845 for a New York baseball club called the Knickerbockers. The author, Alexander Joy Cartwright, and commonly known as the father of baseball, laid out the rules for playing the game for the first time. Baseball is a game played with a bat, ball, and gloves. Two teams consist of 9 members, take turns in batting and fielding. The objective of the offensive team or the batting team is to hit the ball into the field of play, allowing its players to run the bases, having them advance counterclockwise around the 4 bases to score what are called runs. The objective of the defensive team or the fielding team is to prevent batters from becoming runners and to prevent runners to advance around the bases. A team consists of 9 players: pitcher, catcher, first, second, and third baseman, shortstopper, right, left, and center fielder. The team that scores the most runs in 7 innings wins the game. The next team sport is volleyball. Volleyball was the brainchild of American William G. Morgan, who came up with the idea for the new sport in 1895. It was originally known as mintonette. It is played by two teams of 6 players each on a court 60 by 30 feet. It is divided into 2 halves with a net of 8 feet high. Teams are permitted 3 hits to return the ball across the net. One player may execute 2 of the 3 hits, but not 2 in succession. Matches are made up of sets. 5-set matches are 4 sets to 25 points and 5th set to 15. The team must win by 2 points unless tournament rules dictate otherwise. The winner is the first team to win 3 sets. Soccer history began in the mid-19th century when the game was developed in England. However, the origin of soccer goes as far back as 2500 BC. The Chinese are credited with the earliest form of soccer, commonly recognized as approximately 2500 BC. They played a game called Tsu Chu, which may be translated to kicking the leather and stuffed ball with feet. The game was part of the physical education program used to train soldiers. The English had been playing games similar to soccer or football from around the 8th century. Many early games were disorganized and resulted in violent affairs with any number of players. In 1848, students from Cambridge University tried to create the first rules that everyone would accept everywhere. Organized soccer began in 1863 when the English Football Association was founded in London. By the end of the year, the game split into two games, rugby and association football. Soccer or football is a team sport played between two teams of 11 players each. It is widely considered to be the most popular sport in the world. A ball game. It is played on a rectangular grass field or occasionally an artificial turf, with a goal at each end of the field. The object of the game is to score by maneuvering the ball into the opposing goal. Only the goalkeepers may use their hands or arms to propel the ball in general play. The team that scores the most goals by the end of the match wins.